Hey, listeners. Welcome to this special episode of the Reel-ist Podcast. It's going to be a little bit different than normal. This episode is going to actually be an exclusive interview that we got with Ludi Lin from Aquaman.
Yeah, so you guys may know him as Zack from the rebooted Power Rangers movie, and now he is going to play Murk in the upcoming Aquaman movie, which is out December 21st.
Yes. So just to give a disclaimer, Ludi was on his way to a screening of Aquaman. So apologies if the audio is not crystal clear, but it's still good to be able to hear what he has to say. So definitely check it out, and here it is. Thank you so much, Ludi, for joining us for this interview. We do appreciate taking the time. Just to let you know, my name is Oscar. Oh, thank you. And
yeah, my name's Donnie. Hello, Ludi. How's it going over there?
Hey, Donnie. You're not coming in too clear, but I got you.
All right. So we're just going to ask very simple questions. So hopefully we can have some fun with this. So I'm going to start off with the first question here. So how does it feel to be a part of the pop culture franchises like Power Rangers and now Aquaman? How does that feel?
You know what it feels like? It's like, I guess surreal is the kind of a good term to describe it, because when you're a kid, you're always role playing, and it's these exact things you role play, and you delve into these worlds in your mind, and then now actually seeing yourself on screen, a part of this world visually, sometimes it's quite shocking.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Hey, I wanted to ask, like, when you were, a kid, were you a big Power Rangers fan or Aquaman fan?
Well, look, I was a huge Power Rangers fan because that's what I grew up watching, And then for Aquaman, I always thought he was an interesting character. I didn't know him that well, although one of my favorite superpowers growing up was the ability to talk to animals. And I guess fishes are an animal.
That is
but then
true.
again, this Aquaman is drastically different than the classical Aquaman. So, you know what I mean? I'm definitely a big fan of our new rendition of Aquaman.
All right, I agree. I myself am a big comic book fan, so Aquaman was one of those characters that I already knew growing up. I think we both saw Power Rangers as kids as well, so
yeah,
it's awesome to see these come to life.
Absolutely.
On the big screen. But with the character of Murk that you're playing, for people that may not know the character and may not know Aquaman at all, tell us about your character. What do we expect from your character in the movie?
Well, look, the two things that James told me about the character initially when we spoke on the phone was that he was going to be strong and he's going to be loyal. And then the rest we kind of had to make up a little bit, because in the canon of the comic book, Murk starts off as a general of the Atlantean army, whereas this Aquaman, it's kind of an origin story for him as well. So he starts off as captain of an elite assassination squad for the Atlanteans. So it just goes from there, man. You'll see a lot of homage paid to the comic book, especially maybe how things can develop later down the road, but we'll just have to see where things go from here.
All right. Sounds exciting.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting pumped, and
right.
I'm getting more pumped.
Loyalty, being a warrior. Crazy.
Hey, Ludi, so was there anything specific or particular you had to do to prepare for the role of Murk?
In the movie business, everything is so specific, especially a big show like this, So you really have to tailor what you have to do to the actions in the movie, because you only have a certain amount of time to film this thing. You need to get the job done. But then on the other end, there's a massive creative element of it too, because Murk as a character kind of evolved over time, including how he looks. Like, a lot of people don't recognize me from the movie. A lot of people, especially my Chinese fans, will go, "Hey, we saw your name in the credits, but were you actually in the movie?" Because I look completely different after But yeah, definitely, I'm in the movie. In that way, it kind of, I like that in a sort of way, because that means it's just the character being shown. It's not about me as a person or as an actor. It's just me playing the role that I'm supposed to be playing.
That is true. That is true. You gotta go in disguise as much as you can to become the character sometimes. And Murk is one of those characters. He came in the New 52. So he's a new character. So there's so many endless possibilities you can go with that character. So I'm looking forward to it, because I've seen him in the Aquaman comics. So I'm ready. I'm ready for him.
Hey, was it a process to like get into like the costume and the makeup and all that every day?
Oh man, it's always a process. But the good thing is the process gets faster and faster. So we started at a grueling 4 hours, and by the end of the shoot, we got the process down to about 3 hours, and that's only the makeup. It takes about, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes to get into the suit. But it was quite a while to get into the proper makeup, and things kind of, like I said, the character and the look of the character really evolved. But you know, I'm really glad how things turned out, because it's, you know, I've had varied roles in the past, and they're always very different. And Murk is definitely someone that's quite different. 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, Sky, just get the ticket. Tell them you're with me. Yeah. Tell them yeah. Under my name. Under my name. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm just about to go into intro for a pre-screening for Aquaman. So there's let's continue.
Oh, that's exciting.
Let's do what
Nice.
Have you seen the movie already, or is this going to be your first time?
No. I've seen the movie a few times already. It premiered, but this screening, actually, let me tell you guys, is pretty important to me, because there's an organization here. I'm just on the interview. Yeah. So this organization called Gold House in LA, they pre-book tickets that involve a lot of Asian film creators. Like, you guys know James Wan is the director of this movie. Jason Momoa is a Smith Islander. I myself am Chinese. Randall Park, he's Asian. So Gold House is trying to increase awareness of diversity by selling out pre-screening tickets, by basically buying the theater, and for people to freely enjoy and to comment on the movie. So tonight is one of these events, and it feels great. It feels like a great community coming out to celebrate.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
It really gives an opportunity for people to see it and just really start that like talk, because it's starting to get a lot of buzz with the overseas doing so well in the box office, and now it's coming to the United States this Friday. So that's good. It all helps, right? Everything helps to be able to get many people to see the movie. It sounds phenomenal. So we're excited for that.
Yeah.
So we do got to ask, since you have seen it, when you first saw it completed, you're watching it on the big screen. How does it react? How do you react to that? Does it just complete awe that you're seeing it completed and you're there, or do you just forget you're in there sometimes because you're just so distracted with the visuals and all the actions going on? How is the reaction when you first see it completed?
Yeah, it's I don't even know if I had time to react because it's so immersive. I'm going to tell you, from the time when I read the script to the time when I spoke to James, and then to the time when I finally saw it on screen, there were 3 entirely different experiences. I mean, the script was the script, and it was an exciting action script. And how James Wan described it to me, he really sold me on his vision, his commitment to his vision. And then once I saw it on screen, I just got blown away, because when we're filming, so much of it hadn't been done yet, and so much of this movie is so technically advanced. You really have to see the complete product. And this movie is entirely a creation from his imagination. Like, it has very little to do with the human world at all. It's like a completely imagined world with its own laws and own rules. So it's quite overwhelming.
Yeah, and it seems like it definitely took a lot of time. I think it was just like last year that you were filming and all of this year to post-production. So, yeah, it definitely seems like it's going to be well worth the wait. It's funny because James Wan is, great visionary. He has just great like outlook on his movies, and he's done successful with horror franchises, and he's bringing that into the DC world. So that is just really exciting to see that he's established director to be able to now go and play with DC characters and bring them to life. And he had some great things to say about you. Me and Donnie were reading about Aquaman, and we saw a question that was asked to him, and he said that he wanted someone that can really play this character and can have his own story down the line. And so he had to cast someone that can fit that, and he felt that was you. He felt like confident in you to be able to do that, and he thought that was important. So how does it feel when a director puts that confidence in you to go and have this one character that can potentially have a bigger part of it in the universe in the long run?
It's really exciting. It's why I do this, because I realize I can't do anything alone. I'm lucky enough to have a great team around me, and for any budding actors out there, this is the piece of advice I always give is always have people around you that will be frank with you, that will be straight with you, but also have support for you, because that's the most important thing. I really can't do anything alone, and especially right now we're facing this change in the film industry and in society in general, in boosting more diversity that will create more interesting stories. So, before, it was kind of like, as an Asian actor, it was kind of like you almost were afraid that other people would get the job because there's so little out there. But now I want to reframe things into making people think that it's not someone out there that will take your job. It's someone out there that's out there to create opportunities for you, because the more people that see you on the screen, and the more creators out there, like James Wan, like other Asian American directors like John Chu that are creating these great pieces, the more people will see that there's actually very entertaining and interesting stories that Asians or other diverse elements of the society can tell.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
And it made me even think too, even just this year we had some with films like Searching and Crazy Rich Asians and The Meg, and it's like, it seems like the Asian community is getting at least a slightly better representation, specifically in the movie market. So hopefully we can continue to see that grow and develop even more so.
Absolutely. What great film. Searching is great. And what's ironic is, I was talking to James, because this character of Murk, it started out very differently. I started out with a little scar on my face to show my battle experience. And then we saw Jason Momoa walk in, and then we went, oh man, Murk has to be able to, knock this guy out at some point. So James was like, we need some freakish power. And back then I was doing some research into different genetic mutations and albinism. So at the end, it turned out gradually I bleached my hair, I had these blue-eyed contacts, and at some point I went, James, do you know that we're doing like reverse whitewashing on this guy? But then, so that was a little ironic. But then in the end, you know what? In this whole world of Atlantis and Atlanteans, there's different rules, so there is no like racial involved, and that's what's so great about it. There's no such thing as African Americans, Asian Americans. It's a totally new world. It has little to do with the human world at all, and that's what's so exciting about it.
And it's true, it's all underwater.
Yeah,
you're an Atlantean or a creature or a sea monster. There's a lot of great characters that we're gonna see in this movie. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're so pumped. We cannot wait. As soon as we have the chance to go see it, trust me, our butts are gonna be in those seats.
We're set Thursday.
We've been waiting for this movie.
Guys, during this really crazy, stressful holiday season, when everything on Earth is stressing you out, go watch this movie, because you don't have to worry about earthly things. because everything is now the underwater world.
Sounds good to me. I can I definitely can make sure I can enjoy this movie. So I mean, let's just have a fun question here. We just have to ask you. We are a podcast that does movie reviews, so we have to ask this question to you. What is one of your all-time favorite movies?
Oh God, I have so many. You know what? The movie that popped in my head. This might sound a little bit sissy, but the first movie that popped in my head was a movie called Her. I really love that movie. I like sci-fi and I like romance. So
Her with Joaquin
like
Phoenix.
The perfect blend of the two. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. He's a great actor. And then like most of Nolan's movies, I loved. Probably all of Nolan's movies I loved, from his very beginning black and white following to all the Batman movies. I love those, and I love I love great movies, man.
Excellent.
Well, so do we. Those are some great ones, and Her was a great one, and for sure we're huge fans of Christopher Nolan. So I mean, absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. We're right there with you. I just want to ask you. Moving forward, obviously we know Aquaman's going to be a huge hit and it's going to just crush all kinds of numbers and records. Moving forward, we wanted to know, are there any characters that you hope to play in the future? Or is there a type of character moving forward with your acting career that you'd want to portray?
Oh man, this is a lot of actors go into acting and they say it's a process of discovering themselves, right? So the way I discover myself is by getting to know these roles, and then by getting influenced by these roles, and I reflect upon myself and give myself to the next role. And the roles I've played in the past are very varied, anything from like a romantic opposite to like a magician in a fantasy Chinese periodic to some of the upcoming, actually something that might be a surprise to you guys that might come out around the same time as Aquaman, but I can't reveal too much right now. You'll just find out. I'm sure everyone will know fairly soon. But the thing I'm more excited about are the roles that I don't expect. Obviously, there's lots of rumors out there, and I really appreciate the love that people are giving me in support of some of these potential roles that people are excited about. And I won't point any fingers at them. I don't want to jinx anything here. But what I'm most excited about are the roles that are yet to be created, because that's a wonderful surprise to me.
I like that answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Wow.
Man.
Roles that have yet to be created.
That's a good one. That's awesome. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time, but so we do appreciate you spending a little time with us. This is our first interview, so we're really excited, and we're happy that you were able to be here on the podcast.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much for just talking to us, Ludi. We really appreciate it.
We'll be on the lookout for all your future projects. We're going to see Aquaman and everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I love it, man. Thanks for your time, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great time at the premiere.
Yes.
You too. Much love, brothers. See you.
All right.
Thank you, Ludi.
So, listeners, that was our exclusive interview with Ludi Lin. We want to thank Ludi Lin himself for taking the time to speak with us here on the Reel-ist Podcast. Also like to shout out Tony and Cliff for helping us set up the interview. We really appreciate it, guys.
Yes, and hopefully this is just one of many interviews to come for the Reel-ist Podcast. But don't forget to check out Aquaman in theaters this Friday. And don't forget to check out our review that's going to be coming out next week as well for the movie. Until next time, everyone. See ya.
See ya.